So we're all connected to this collective mind. Carl Jung calls it the collective unconscious, whether we know it or not. And people who have these mental health experiences might be able to help us map this out and to help us understand what it's like. It's kind of like those networks of mushrooms, those mycelial networks, where like all the mushrooms seem to be separate on the surface, but if you look underneath the surface of the soil, they're actually sharing the same root system. They're all the same organism and can transfer information between these seemingly separate ones. Same thing with trees. They did a study a while ago with a group of people who solved a daily crossword puzzle in the newspaper, and they measured how good they were at doing that. And then one time they gave them a crossword puzzle that had been solved hundreds of thousands of times before because it was old, and they didn't know that, but their scores shot up. It's like when the answers are out there, it's easier for us to access them. And inventions tend to come to people at the same time too. It's just a question of who's going to act on it. The message comes through the collective unconscious. Who's going to do something about it? Like calculus came to Leibniz and the neurodiverse Isaac Newton at the same time. They both kind of like rushed to file patents. When I had these altered states of consciousness in my mental health experiences, in my so-called psychosis, I sensed this connectivity, like this orchestra that was going on all around. It was not only in the human psyche and these messages coming from people, but it was in like the birds chirping and the timing of the chirps and the wind blowing and the car horns and stuff. It was all part of this larger symphony. So is the symphony always there? It's just we've been socialized and programmed to just listen to one instrument through our schooling and through our education. Pick out the piano and just focus on that. And so we've filtered out how the piano is there and it is legit, but it's part of this larger orchestra. So when people hear voices, what are two different ways that we can understand how this could be access to the collective unconscious? Well, often people hear voices of people they know. So one option is that they really are hearing the subconscious mind of that particular person. Similar to when we're dreaming, if we dream of someone else, is it actually the subconscious part of that person's mind? And they're sort of communicating when they hear these voices in the dream world in real time. Often these things can be metaphoric though, and not literal. And so we need to learn to navigate using the compass of metaphor. So option number one. The second option is that there's actually only one story going on, one symphony. And each person's mind is going to populate that story with the individual characters from their own lives who kind of fit that archetype. And so it's not necessarily that individual, but it's like the kind of narrative that's unfolding in the subconscious. So when you treat people the way you want to be treated, maybe it's because they're a version of you, they're an extension of you, and we're much more interconnected than we think. And those with these mental health conditions can help to map that out for the rest of the collective. Food for thought. Delicious interconnected mushrooms for thought.